Yeah, good boy. Well, this one push that a little bit. Where's you? Good God. Tony, I want you to follow suit when he gets through. Ow! Good. Let's do some of our old school over here. Here we go. Hey. Young lady in the back with the green on. The green chest, green outfit on. You want that?
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Who's up the freaky beat? Who's up the freaky beat all night long? Well, who's up the freaky beat all?
Yeah, baby. Good morning. Let's go. We live right here in Red T Sports Survival. I'm Tavon Fennell. Hashtag Red T is where you can find me at all over social media. I tell it to the young. I tell it to the old. You got to come to the Sports Survival. Episode 449. Yeah, man. We've been knocking them out over the years. Right here live on Mountain Top Network Radio, where the people's voice can be heard. We got a good show planned for the people today. I'm waiting for Big Paulie. He gonna join us up on the line. We're gonna get him tapped in one way or the other. And if you want to call in 703-496-4545 is the number if you want to call in. And I want to say good morning to y'all. So y'all go ahead and pop some of those comments up. So I like my casa, your casa, be with the casa, right? Good, man. Good Saturday morning. They say it's supposed to warm up a little bit out here in the DMV. I'm so glad to be here with the people. I tell it to the young. I tell it to the old. You got to come to the Red T Sports Survival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. My people on Twitter, y'all make sure y'all go share. My people on Facebook, y'all go make sure y'all share the post. My people on YouTube, y'all make sure y'all go share the post. Red T Sports Survival. Y'all tune in with us. I mean, we got a lot to put out there early, so I really want to jump right into it, right? Washington football team went out to Pittsburgh Monday night, and they did what they had to do. If you had joined us on episode 448, the thing I said that was going to make me cringe the most but could be very valuable to the win against the Steelers if they were victorious was Dustin Hopkins. And as much as the defense played well, as much as the offense clicked in the second half, you got to give a lot of credit to Sugarfoot Hopkins. You know, I'm quick, man, to talk about the man, but I also got to praise the man for what he did. You think about it. He don't make those 3 field goals, we might be having a different conversation here Saturday morning right here live, Red T Sports Survivor. I got to say good morning, man, to Kenneth Champion. Good morning to you, brother. Much love to you. I appreciate you so much, man, for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all go share the post with the people, man. But, you know, big ups to Dustin Hopkins. And I think they named him Special Teams Player of the Week in some form or fashion or somewhere along the way. So kudos to him. But let's talk about this, though, right? Can we? How things went down. Where the young boy at? Antonio Gibson, right? During the game last week, I said to you all that Antonio Gibson, we weren't too much concerned about the things that he was doing as far as when it came to him celebrating or gaining yards and showing us his teeth. What we were concerned about was the productivity that he would bring on the football field. And somewhere along the way, Antonio Gibson got hurt, right? And the offense in the first half, let's be honest, it looked bad. Can y'all agree with me that the offense was in bad shape? And it had a lot of people sitting there scratching their heads, what's going to go on now, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers, they was moving the football, sound check, and they were moving the football against the Washington football team. And when the game first started out, it was a 3-and-out, 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 3-and-out. But then you saw a Pittsburgh Steelers team that looked real out of sync against a Baltimore Ravens team. They even looked more out of sync in, I say, the first half quarter or so against the Washington football team. But yet, they managed in the second quarter to crank up and put points on the board. Okay? But then, if you follow me on Twitter at WFTRev, I had made a tweet on Twitter. I said, is it something to the nature of, is it time for me to pray for the Lord or Son or whatever I be fooling around? And then I went on to say that the Washington football team thus far this year has been the second half football team. Let's hope that the teams that been showing up in the second half show up now. And lo and behold, we did. We saw a Washington football team defense, okay, that really went out there and they shut this Pittsburgh Steelers team down, right? They held Ben Roethlisberger and company, they held them to 3 points. So kudos to the defense. They made a big 4th and goal stop. I think was in the second half, at the end of the second quarter, before the second half, and it kind of shifted the momentum of the game going into the second half, some energy for them to feed off on. And again, the success came to the defense, something that we haven't seen here in years past when it comes to the Washington football team. You can accredit that a lot to Jack Del Rio when putting these players in positions where they can go out there and make plays. As far as second half adjustments, that's something else we haven't seen from this Washington football team in the past. A team that could go out there and make second half adjustments and create plays. I got to say good morning to the lovely Claudette May. I appreciate you tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all go share the post. We live right here, Rev T Sports. I told y'all every Saturday morning, I got the ability now. If I go on vacation, if I go down the road to go see some family members at 10 a.m. Eastern time, BPT, if y'all know what that means, I'm going to go on the air this morning. I got to say good morning, man, to Anne-Marie Walker. I appreciate you so much, man. Good morning to you. Big brother James Knox, good morning to you. Y'all go out, go share the post with the people. Let them know I'm live. If y'all want to call in, man, you know, listen here, my casa, su casa. And I just don't do this so y'all can hear and see my pretty face. I do this so that I can hear y'all amazing grace, y'all opinion. 703-496-4545 is the number. If you like to call in, I like to hear from you on this Saturday morning right here. Mountaintop Network Radio DMV, where the people's voice can be heard. I'm Tavon Fennell. Hashtag RevT is where you can find me at all over social media at WFT Rev on Twitter, Rev T Sports Revival on Facebook, as well as YouTube. Y'all go follow the page. Oh, I think the YouTube now is the Sports Revival. So y'all can go there and follow. But I want to hear from you this morning. Again, 703-496-4545 is the number, man. I got to say good morning, man, to big brother Eric Johnson. I appreciate you so much for tuning in, big brother. Appreciate you so much. And big brother Kai Wright, man, that's my brother, man, from another down in Shaw U, Raleigh, North Carolina. I appreciate it for tuning in. He a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He said, congratulations to us, guys. And he was very excited and very, optimistic about his Pittsburgh Steelers defeating us. And well, we already know how that turned out. I got to say good morning, man, the real Redskin fan hustling. Good morning to you. I appreciate you tuning in, brother. Make sure you go share the post. I got to say good morning, man, to my brother like no other, big brother Donnell, Marion, Randolph. I appreciate you so much. And y'all don't know, he don't know it just yet neither, but he know it now. He gonna jazz my robes up once I figure out what they gonna do with this logo, how I want to slap them on my robe and get them all jazzed up with that, you know, that glitter and gold. I appreciate him so much. Y'all go give him a follow. Big Redskin Washington football team fan. I appreciate him so much, man. Y'all make sure y'all go share the post. I'm so glad to have everybody in here this morning. Lottie-dottie, everybody. Welcome to the party. I got to say good morning, man, to my people over here on Twitter. Big brother Siberius dude, he tuning in this morning, sharing the post over here. I appreciate you so much. Big brother Cam. I follow Cam on both ends, but he over here on Twitter right now giving us a follow at Cam8421. Appreciate you so much, man. I already know you got me still, but I had to let them know what you do. And the brother design hats and t-shirts. Y'all need to get up with him, right? Put that flavor to him. I appreciate him so much. But again, though, going back to the conversation, I attribute a lot of the success that the Washington football team had to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers. One, the Sugarfoot Dustin Hopkins, right? I've been down on the man so low that when he done good, I got to lift him up and praise him. But I've been waiting for Tom Casey to join us this morning, but I want to ask y'all this question about Alex Smith. Can we go? We can talk about the victory all day long. Everybody did talk about the victory. Okay, the Washington football team beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 23-17, right? If you follow the show, if you listen to episode 448, I said that the Washington football team would beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-17. Okay, so y'all might want to follow me and listen to the end of the show to hear my numbers against the San Francisco 49ers. I'm trying to see if we can get Big Paulie tapped in on the line with us this morning. Somebody just called it. We missed called it this morning. You want to call back in now, the 919? You can call back in. You on my mind this morning. We appreciate Lottie everybody to the party. Okay, let's get this right. So we can make. I don't care about the noise or the sounds. I just want everybody to be able to get down, right? Audio, video, general. Okay, let's do this. So, but at the end of the day, though, when it all comes down to it, I really want to say Dustin Hawkins, the defense, and then Alex Smith. Now, I would be lying to you all if I didn't say I felt like Dwayne Haskins in some form or fashion got a bum deal when it came to Cal Allen being put in and him pulled. But however circumstances failed or came to be, so you found Alex Smith in the game leading this Washington football team. And so the question I want to ask you is, we got another call coming in. Here we go. Good morning. Welcome to the Sports Revival. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Rev. Good morning to you.
Man, who am I speaking with this morning?
This is one of your Star U alum, friend, and a proud member and a proud fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh man, what's up, brother Cal? So while we got you on here, right? Before and y'all see the question up on right now, I want to hear the comments from y'all. Would you be okay with Alex Smith being the starter next year, and why? Go ahead, brother Kyrie, and answer this question for me. What happened to your Pittsburgh Steelers? What happened? They seem real out of rhythm right now. Was it the Coronas?
It was a lot of factors. We lost. We lost. You guys came to play a good game, and I said that on my usually when they play, I usually chime in on Facebook, and I would have to say that y'all came prepared, man. Not only that, I think that Riverboat Ron Rivera is a good fit for your program. Y'all defense is I slept on we slept on y'all defense. So as far as Alex, I think that you guys need to start him next year. I think he's going to be fine. Just a little adjustment to that pocket protection. But his offense needs to protect him as well. Mm-hmm. So it's just some tweaking that you guys need. And I'll say this: if it was earlier in the season, I think, and it's still a possibility that you guys might have a run for the wild card. Mm-hmm. So I think that next year, the season is almost about the end, but I think next year you guys are going to be a good contender for the National Football League. I will say that.
So you saying that the Washington football team is headed in that right direction under the leadership of Coach Ron Rivera? Because that's a question that I've been constantly asking over the last weeks. We're getting back in rhythm with doing the show is, do you trust Coach Rivera's direction that he's going with this football team? I want to hear from y'all on that. Go ahead, Kyrie.
I do. I think I'll say this in conclusion. Ron has issues outside of the team, which he's dealing with and he's adjusting to. So, based off that factor, other than that, yes, I think that he is a good addition and a good fit to you guys' organization. Mm-hmm. I really do. He was good with the Panthers. So, he's a good coach. He knows football. So when you have those type of coaches that knows that basic football, and hell, you can that's a contender for a good organization. But I just want to chime in and congratulate you. Shout out to you doing big things, man. We love you, Shaw, you for life. Hopefully when this pandemic ends, you come on down to Raleigh, North Carolina. We gonna talk about this thing.
Oh man, you already know, man. My genes is very well rooted down in North Carolina in more ways than one. You know what I'm talking about? Always. I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. That's big brother Kyrie Wright down in North Carolina tuning with us this morning. My man, I appreciate you, brother. Believe me.
Take care. Keep doing big things, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. We live right here, Rev T Sports Revival. I tell it to the young, I tell it to the old. You got to tune into the Rev T Sports Revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. But gotta say, man, good morning, brother Henry Sneed to you. Good morning to you. He says, Rivera has definitely made a difference when it comes to this Washington football team. And again, if you join me, I think it was episode 446 of the Rev T Sports Revival. I had made a statement that it was one person that was going to be a real integral part of this Washington football team's success moving forward for the continuous of this season. And I said it wasn't a player. If anything, I went out of my way and I said that Ron Rivera would be the difference with this football team right now. I think I even asked the question, okay, do you trust Wright? Okay, and I said that, and this was shortly after he finished his chemotherapy. Congratulations to him. Hashtag Rivera Strong, him and his family, Miss Stephanie. But you know, at the end of the day, I said it was really important that they had a healthy coach come back with his mind and his spirit and the troubles that was on his back kind of off his shoulders, that he could solely, hardly focus on football right now and coaching that football team. And I think slowly but surely as the week goes on, I heard him say in his press conference that he's been watching Alex Smith when he goes in for snaps in practice. He's been watching Alex Smith on tape after practice and in his games that he's played. And well, Coach Rivera, us as fans, myself, and I think that many of you might agree, we've been watching you and observing how you've been handling things when it comes to this Washington football team. And again, I admit at first I was a little shaky on it, but you know, I was on the Team 980 on the Brian Mitchell show. Big shouts out to Brian Mitchell for allowing me to be a continuous, constant calling personality on his show. I made a statement about Coach Rivera when he had said that this team can easily take one step forward and take two steps back. I said that last week on episode 448 before he even said that, which tells me that, you know, I actually started to believe in what Coach Rivera is trying to do with this football team now. The mentality of winning, although I still might question that 2-point conversion against the Giants, because let's be honest, that 2-point conversion that he went for instead of kicking the field goal and going over in overtime, that might could come back to bite us when it comes down to the Washington football team being able to make the playoffs. That might come down to the tiebreaker between the New York Giants and the Washington football team when it comes to claiming the NFC East division. So, but other than that, hey man, I'm all in. I believe in Coach Rivera, but again, while I got it up here right now, do you believe that the Washington football team can win this division? Do you believe that this Washington football team can really go out there and continue to win? You know, they got to go up against these San Francisco 49ers. And one thing you got to be real one thing you have to be real. What is the word I'm looking for? Real knowledgeable about when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers. Realistic, I should say, about when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers. They've been an up-and-down team this year, right? They've had a lot of COVID cases on their team this year, especially within their star lineup that they went on and played and had to adjust. But one thing that's definitely good and true about the San Francisco 49ers is that they'll lose one game and then they'll come back and they'll win another game. And that's why you see them having the record that they have. And it's really important that the Washington football team goes out there and actually defeats this football team, the San Francisco football team right now, because again, it could come down to whether the Washington football team can win a division or not. Games outside of the NFC East, but within the NFC, that they have that they can go out there and actually say they competed and beat these teams. So that's another factor that why it's really important for this Washington football team to go out there and beat this Washington football team. Let's look at some more of these comments. Big brother Corey McNair, good morning to you. He said, you want to say, let Alex Smith rock your quarterback and draft O-line and secondary help. So he's saying he all in with Alex Smith. And I could go with that. I think Alex Smith, if you want me to be all honest with you, and I appreciate you, big brother Corey, for your comments. If you want me to really be honest with you about Alex Smith moving forward, is that I believe that Alex Smith is a safety net for the Washington football team for at least 2 years, burn that he stays healthy, burn that they give him some O-line protection. And I must say this, and I asked you the question last week, and I ask you again, are you impressed with the way that the O-line is playing right now? Are you impressed? So I like to see, we got Big Paulie. We going to have Big Paulie on the stream. Good morning, big brother. How you doing this morning, Tank?
Top of the morning.
Man, so glad to have you tuning in with us, big brother. And if y'all don't know who Big Brother Paulie is, that's good, because sometimes I don't even know who he is, but I know who he is, but he don't know who I am.
I mean, we all know who you are, man. Come
on, man. Love and happiness.
You're the people's hype man.
I'm the people hype man that talk damn good sports. You forgot that. They talk damn good sports. But y'all, that's Big Brother Paulie. He is a frequent caller over there on the Team 980. Y'all can go catch him out. That's Paulie that be calling in. And then you can go follow the brother over on Twitter at Greed34, and you can chop it up with him and talk some good sports. Paulie, some of the questions, man, that we've been throwing out there with the people this morning to get you caught up in. And one of them, are you impressed with the way the O-line has been playing? Big brother Corey McNair says the O-line is doing way better than expected. Moving Big Moses to left tackle was a good move. But if I'm correct, I appreciate you again, big brother Corey McNair. But let me, if I'm correct, did they move Morgan Moses back to right tackle this week?
Yeah, they did. I'm with brother McNair, man. I thought they should have kept him over there.
Right.
You know,
right. I agree with that.
But then I thought about it though. For this game against Pittsburgh. You know, hey, TJ Watt is a bad boy, and you know he primarily comes off he plays on the left side of the defense, which is the right side of the offense. You know, and Lucas was just coming back from that ankle injury, man. TJ Watt might have tore up his other ankle, man, because you know, I don't know. I'm not really. I would say I'm not sold on Lucas, but from what I see from him, I don't know if he can handle a player like TJ Watt. You know, I think he might be. I think he might be a little slow in the foot. You know what I mean? So I understood why they kind of wanted that matchup with Morgan Moses on TJ Watt. Because say what you want to say about the O-line, you know, Morgan Moses is their best tackle out of all the tackles they got. So I understood why they wanted that matchup with him on TJ Watt instead of having Lucas over there. But I definitely would. I thought that maybe they should have stuck with Morgan Moses on that left side though.
Yeah, I agree, and I appreciate you again, Corey, on that. Big brother, Henry Sneed say when our defense is holding strong and the offense is not going 3 and out, we can do anything. And I agree with you. Appreciate your comments this morning. And the defense, Paulie, on the other side of the coin, I think they played real well against this Pittsburgh Steelers, preferably late in the second quarter, close to halftime, and they carried over into the second half, and they went out there and they was able to make some big plays and really hold this Pittsburgh Steelers team offense to 3 points, second half points. Your thoughts on the defense?
Hey, as once they started tackling is when the defense started playing better. The secondary was shaking in that first half. You know, they was letting them, and again, the other team get paid to play too. You know what I mean? But once they tightened up that tackling in that second half, they was a little bit better. But I mean, this week is gonna be a test, man, because throughout the season, teams that have really committed to run against us has been able to run. So we're really gonna see what his defense is on Sunday, man. Because first and foremost, they're gonna have to stop that 49er run game, man. We got to make them one-dimensional.
Right. And one thing I said before you joined is that this San Francisco 49ers team, Paulie, is that they are up and down team right now. They go out, they might lose one week, but then they come back the next week and they win game. And that's basically been their script for the whole season. So let's not underestimate this San Francisco 49ers team. Let's not underestimate this San Francisco 49ers defense. But here's my concern. The rhythm of this offense. Will it continue and carry over? Because let's admit, Logan Paulson, he had a career day, right, catching the football. And they double-teamed Terry McLaurin a hell of a lot during that game, which actually gave his teammates, Cam Sims, and again, Logan Paulson and a couple of others to make plays, okay? But yet and still, though, a lot of plays with Alex Smith in that first half, I saw Check Down Charlie come down from the sky to his body. I like to see them go downfield more this week against the San Francisco 49ers. I like to see them not take these 3-4 long shots down the field. No, come out early and force San Francisco to respect your wide receivers. Not just respect one receiver, but respect your whole wide receiver core. Throw it downfield, even if Alex Smith go out there and overthrow him. What it does, okay, it allows the offense to go out there and run the ball a little bit better because it makes those cornerbacks and the safeties kind of step back off of that close from that line of scrimmage a little bit further.
Hey, not even that, man. We got to keep that confidence level down. So we got to come out early, like you said. We got to throw some haymakers early, man. We got to punch them. We got to punch them in the face early because we got to get. They're up and down teams. So right. we got to attack them early to keep their confidence down. The longer they're in the game, and it's the same way with us. The longer we're in striking distance in the game, the more confidence we're able to build. Hey, we was down 14-0. And a field goal gave us all the momentum in the world going into that second half. You see what I'm saying? So, we kind of mirror each other as far as teams go, man. We both got, pretty solid defenses. I can't say we've been up and down. We've been more down, but we're on the way up. You know, but like I said, we need to attack them early. We need to keep their confidence down, man. We need to stay on top of them. We need to be front runners in this game. This is not a game that we should be going back and forth. You know, that we got the lead, they got the lead, we need to get the lead and we need to keep the lead.
I'm reading Tom Casey's comment. He say, Rev T, you need to stop ignoring me and publicly apologize. He talking about Alex Smith because I was so hard on Alex Smith for coming back at Alex Smith. But if you just joining us, Tom, and I had actually called you out when I was talking about Alex Smith.
No, hold on, Rev. Let me back you up on that one, man. Because we both said, if you trying to win now, then Alex Smith is probably the quarterback.
Right.
If you want to win, if you're trying to build for the long haul in the future, then we both said we should have seen Haskins get more than 4 games. Now, like you said, we wasn't down in the Alex Smith. We were just saying that you said we was building for the future. Let's build for the future. And we both said, but if you want to win now, we trying to compete now, we going for this division now, then Alex Smith is the guy. You know, people get butthurt about the truth. That's all it is, man. So you don't owe nobody an apology because it was nothing to apologize about. We just spoke the truth.
And the thing is, you got to understand, Paulie actually hit it on the nose. We was taking down one alley to go one way to fight, but then while we was down in the alley, we was down there fighting. Then he said, well, oh no, we not just fighting just for the future. Matter of fact, we gonna stop this fight for the future and we gonna do this fight for now. But I'll say this though, Paulie. Let me say this. Dwayne Haskins, and don't nobody really want to talk about this, and I don't give a damn what nobody says. Dwayne Haskins was told to Ron Rivera to start. That no one has said this, no one is saying this is true or this is some rumor that came out of. I've read to Ron Fidel. I'm saying that Dan Snyder at the beginning of the season said, listen here, Ron, we did the name change, right? We did all this out of whoop whoop, and man, you going through this whoop 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 battle with cancer. So listen here, man, right? What we gonna do is, Chad, we gonna go ahead and let Dwayne kind of start, then you don't see how it pans out. And he was all in with it. Okay?
I can't agree with that one, man.
You don't think I think Dan came down. I think Dan came down for a minute.
Ron don't strike me as that type of man. What I think happened was, you look at the situation, man. He was the incumbent from last year. I mean, shit. I mean, he got a win against Ron's team. You know what I mean? So he was the incumbent from last year. Then you come, and then, you know, he set a challenge out to Dwayne in the offseason. And for the most part, Dwayne lived up to his challenge. He did everything he wanted him to do. Then we had this COVID offseason where they really didn't have an offseason. You know, so, and remember, Ron always talked about competition. Now, I believe if this was a regular training camp, you know, if this was a regular training camp, then I could see Ron starting Kyle Allen over Haskins. But being this it wasn't another Charlie Batch, hey, sit down, Tom. Anyways, but if this was a regular training camp, I could see him starting Kyle Allen over Haskins because Allen knows the offense. He knows the nuances of the offense. You know, and Dwayne is still learning how to be an NFL quarterback and learning the new offense. So I'm just thinking that it was just a perfect storm that it made sense for him to give Dwayne that first shot because nothing was normal about this offseason. So you wasn't just going to say, but you know what? I like Cal. I'm going to start Cal, even though this guy's the incumbent. You know, he played well in the last season. He spent the #1 first-round draft pick on him. You know, and he's done everything I wanted him to do, but I'm going to sit him down anyway. So I just thought that it was just a perfect storm and the way the circumstances were that, you know, he started Dwayne. I don't think they had anything to do with Dan. Dan Snyder got enough on his plate right now in the whole offseason and beginning for him to be worrying about, hey, you're going to start Dwayne over everybody else. Now, the one player I know he had no plans on starting with, I believe Ron Rivera thought like everybody I think he was just doing Alex Smith a professional courtesy of allowing him to even try to think he was competing or coming back onto the team. It was a professional courtesy / we owe this guy $24 million this year, and he's gonna be a hell of a cap hit if we let him go. You know what I mean? So, but as far as starting Dwayne, man, I just think that's how it played out. That if we had a regular training camp, and they had 4 preseason games, then it wouldn't surprise me at all if he named Kyle Allen the starter coming into the season.
Man, I had asked the question, right? Do you believe that the Washington football team can win the division? And my whole answer to that question is, take here San Francisco. So many times we fans get so far in with ourselves thinking about, we can win the division.
Correct.
And then that becomes the pressure of the next 4 or 5 games that got to be played for the division. Well, I think
you lose to the Giants twice.
Should be
or you go out and lose to the Giants twice and then lose to a bad Detroit team.
Right. So at the end of the day, you got to take one game at a time. And again, it's nothing wrong as a fan. I'm a fan first. Before I'm a hype man, before I'm Rev T or Ben Redskin or some people the most undelightful names. Before I'm all that, at the end of the day, I'm a fan. So my expectations as a fan is always going to be high, even when they at a low point as a football team, because I love my team. But being a realistic of what the situation is, this Washington football team, I believe going forward when it comes to this division, they got to go one game at a time. You can't really worry about what nobody else is doing outside your house. You got to make sure that you keep your house in order and keep it at a good flow and pace and go out there and try to get They can't lose really no more games, Paulie.
Hey, that's what made me mad. That's what made me mad about Ron Rivera, man. At the beginning of the year when he bitch asked us was the fact that he was talking about, these games we got coming up, 2 against the Giants, and we got Detroit and the Cowboys, and he was basically saying that we're in the softer part of our schedule so we can get wins. Like, you shouldn't be thinking like that. You should be thinking one game at a time. He should have the one game at a time mentality should have been from the first game of the season. Not looking at, after 4 games, we're about to hit the soft part. Man, you don't know what part of your schedule is actually soft. You don't know what a team's gonna be playing like when you get to them. So as a fan, that's how I roll anyways, man. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be feeling like Charlie Brown missing that football. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you start projecting ahead, and you start projecting other teams' wins and losses, you can't project your own wins and losses. If you could, man, you'll be making money down over at Vegas. You know what I mean? So that's how I roll, man. I go one game at a time anyway. That way it keeps me tempered from wanting to ride up there to DC and try to snap somebody's neck.
and to Tom Casey, hold on. Before you came on the show, I asked this question: would you be okay with Alex Smith being a starter next year? And you didn't hear it, but it's on tape. I said yes. And I said right now, Alex Smith is a safety net for the Washington Redskins to figure out what they want to do moving forward as far as their quarterback situation. One, again, to reiterate, Paulie, no one ever said that Alex Smith was a bad quarterback. No one ever said that Alex Smith couldn't go out there and lead this Washington football team. But yes, we have questioned why Dwayne Haskins, who was benched, was replaced by Kyle Allen. No one really questioned the move about Alex Smith at the time because he was on the roster and Dwayne Haskins was on the bench eating sunflower seeds. It just happened that damn way.
Hey, look, man. Look, if Alex Smith leads his team to a division title, or he leads his team to a 8-8 record, or even a 7-9 record, and he's still playing well, because at the end of the day, it's not all about Alex Smith. It's about the whole team. It's about the defense. It's about the offensive line, the running back, the receiver, special team. It's the whole team. But if he's playing well enough to give us a chance and a shot, and at the end of the year, he's the incumbent. You know, you just don't put him on the bench just because, you know, I want to move forward with something else. I mean, I hear people talking about quarterback situation next year, and they need to draft. They're probably going to draft a young quarterback and develop them. For what? You got two young quarterbacks as it is. You like, you know, you got Haskins and Allen. I mean, Kyle Allen's only 23. This is only his third year. But Dwayne is 22. You already got two young quarterbacks. I mean, why would you bring another quarterback into the mix? You got an old guy here who's playing pretty well for being an old guy. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think it's just media talk. It's just it's almost like it's like grocery store magazine gossip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's grocery store magazine gossip. The quarterback situation is fine right now. You got one old guy who's playing well, and you got two young guys who both got particular skill set and talent behind them.
Yeah, hey, Paulie, let me read one of these. We got two comments here on Twitter, man, about this thing when it comes to Alex Smith. Would you be okay with Alex Smith being started next year? Why? J-Rob, SC Redskins fan 1, he said yes until someone else wins the job. Obviously, his age is working against him, but to have him mentor a new Oakley franchise quarterback would be great for our Washington football team. And we appreciate that comment. And let me just read this one here. This coming for big brother Achilles. That's Achilles 1 on Twitter. He said, I'm okay with him starting next year. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Lots of love. Until his teammates start pointing the finger at him to why we start losing. I mean, I'm cool with that too. We appreciate both
with all that, man.
Good points there. Good points there.
He's the incumbent. You know what I mean? I mean, you just don't just sit a man on the bench just for no reason or for propaganda, man. If he's playing well, he's leading the team. You know, I mean, he's a calmer influence for them young guys out there. So, I mean, I agree with all that.
Yeah, man. We sitting in live Rev T Sports Survival. I'm Tavon Finel. Hashtag Rev T is where you can find me at all over social media at WFT Rev right now. On Twitter, y'all make sure y'all go like, give a follow, go share the post. Make sure y'all follow my man Paulie over there, sitting there drinking his coffee. And you see, you don't never know.
Oh man, choking.
See what I mean? But you know, that's my brother down in the 757 holding it down, man, like downtown Charlie Brown, big brother Paulie. So glad to have him here on the show with us. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him at Greed34, GRED34 over there on Twitter and chop it up with him, man. Let's get some of these comments here over here on CoachCrump PHS. I'm satisfied with the current quarterback situation, and we appreciate your comment with us this morning here, man. He say he's a game manager. He needs he's a pedestrian quarterback. He's good for us for the meantime. That's coming from James Jones over there on Facebook. And let's go back to Twitter. Brother CoachCrump, he says we need to focus on other positions. And I agree with you at this time. He's a safety net. He allows you to be able to make plays. Let's see if we can hold on for a minute here. Good morning. Welcome to the Sports Survival.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, how you doing, brother? Who's calling, man? Tell us what you want to talk about this morning.
This Pat, Coach Crump, _ PHS, Palmer High School, head coach of Ron Darby, and Tavon Young with the Baltimore Ravens. Growing up as a Washington fan right now, like what I'm saying. And basically I agree with you Paulie, that the quarterback situation to me is perfect. In terms of we got the veteran, and then we got the 2 young guys that we can develop. I think it's time for us to focus on other positions and strengthen the team in that next year.
Right. Hey, Coach, first of all, man, we're glad to have you on the show. Don't be a stranger. Second of all, man, I appreciate, man, what you do out there with these youngers. I'm from the city. You already know I'm from the city, man. And you know what it is. And sometimes you got to go out there and talk to them youngers and speak to them, and not go out here and do what this bonehead coach down there in Florida did, punching the younger because he didn't go out there and make a play. Before we go on with our football talk with the Washington football team, just tell us how you feel about that incident, if you're familiar with the situation, Coach.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, man. I was just blown away when I saw it. I was like, even that was his son. That's traumatizing, man. You know, it's no game, no football style. Nowadays, that's probably something. It goes to that effect, man. That guy, man, went viral, man. He should be embarrassed. He should be charged. But I'm hearing down there from the folks that there's a lot of Washingtonians down there at the AYL football championship saying she wasn't even trying to press charges.
Yeah, that the parents didn't want to press charges, but the federal prosecutors, I think they went on and dropped the charges on him, as well as he's been banned from ever coaching again. Period. No more coaching ever.
No kid. I don't even have to. You don't even have to coach that way, man.
Right.
You set the tone. You set the tone as a coach, man. You shouldn't have to get involved to that level, man. And that kid is probably 8 years old. Come on, man. You don't even know football yet.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You don't put your hands on the kids, man.
Yeah, that was out of line. That's Coach Crump, man, out there coaching these youngers up, man, Potomac High School. But, Coach, back to football, man. Big brother Dwight, we see you tuning in. He say, "What's up, Paulie?" But listen here, though, Coach. Let's get back to this Washington football team, right? 2 questions before I let you go. And you know the game of football. One, are you impressed with the direction that Ron Rivera is taking his team in? And 2, how do you feel about the way this defense is playing? Do you think they've reached their potential level yet? Or they just starting to taste it just right now? They still got a little bit more feasting to do.
The first question, I love the way this team is responding to Ron, because think about some of the decisions everybody was questioning. They was like, he's probably going to lose the team. No, that team stuck together, man, and they come together and they starting to play. And you can tell, like, a culture change is seriously trying to, like, when you think about culture, you think about the Steelers. You think about the Ravens, you think about the Patriots. They just got a certain way they do things, and they just keep repeating it and duplicating the same type of players, same type of success. They just got a standard, And we need to get back into that type of program with the Washington team instead of just, hearing this going on, that going on, just like a soap opera. You know what I mean? But as far as the defense, man, I just think they just scratching the surface. They haven't reached their full potential yet. You know what I mean? I just think that they just setting the tone for, not only finishing out this year strong, just setting themselves up for next year. I think, like I said, our offense, man, we are doing great with less. And sometimes that's it. You know what I mean? If you think of what Baker Mayfield is doing without OBJ. You know what I mean? Sometimes less is good. You know what I mean? If we had the type of program that go out and get these superstars. No, we usually got a blue collar type team, even though we're a flashy team. You know what I mean? So we're a blue collar type team. You know? So that's how I look at it. That defense, keep building camaraderie, and the offense is going to take off soon because the pieces are there, and you probably add another piece or two to make it flourish a little bit more. It'll be dangerous.
Man, hey, Coach, man, we appreciate you. Give us a score real quick for the game against the 49ers.
We're going to get them 24. I think it's going to be similar to the Steelers game.
Yeah, I said 24-17. We about on the same page. Hey, man, hey, you got any clinics you doing virtual for these youngers right now? Anything you got going on or you trying to do in the future? You know, hey, just let me know. I'm a phone call or click away. If I can't be there, I make sure people be there in the atmosphere supporting you all the way. You support me, I support you. We like the fish, the ox, hey, Coach, and the kangaroo. You know what I'm talking about? We appreciate you so much, Champion. Yeah, man. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Yeah, appreciate it. We live right here, Rev T Sports Revival. Big Paulie at Green 34. That was Coach, man. That sit there and came and joined us this morning. We appreciate him so much. But Big Paulie, though, what you got anything you want to say off the comments that the coach put out there for the people?
Hey, you know what? When it comes to anybody who coaches, man,
you can't say nothing.
To be a coach, you got to be a person, man. You know, kids, man, because you're giving up your time. You know what I mean? You're giving up a lot of your time, and a lot of these kids need those coaches, man. You know, I played sports growing up, and you know, even though I was blessed to have my father in my household with me. You know, my father was in the military, so you know, it was a lot of times he was gone, and you always need that positive male guidance, man. You know, so I salute all them coaches out there that get up and get off work. You know what I mean? Go to these practices, go pick these kids up, feed them, clothe them. You know, keep them in a positive direction. So you know, I try to stay on the positive side when it comes to these coaches, man. And I just want to salute them all, man. So, you know, I pretty much agree with what he was talking about. So I'm just leave it like that, man. But you definitely got to be a special type of guy or woman to be a coach, man. So I big up to all the coaches out there, especially these youth leagues, man. You know how it is, man. You know how it is, man. As a kid and as a youth, it's so easy to make a wrong turn. You know what I mean? So if you got somebody here
it's so quick.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these coaches. So when I hear stories like that in Florida, you know, it just makes you think like, man, those type of people, they don't get it. They don't get what it's really supposed to be. So forget if this young guy's not making a play. You know what he's doing? He's trying to be positive in his life. You know, that's what you worry about.
You got to nurture them. You got to nurture them. You know, and sometimes nurturing don't come with the scolding. You know, so but anyway, man, hey, I done knocked down the hour with these people, man. Tell me your score before we get out of here, man. What's your prediction for the game? Y'all put them up. Let's go.
Man, I got 31-20. I'm keeping that 31, man. I feel an offensive explosion towards the end of the season, man. 31-20. 31-20 the home team, man.
31-20. Man, I'm going to have to stay with Coach, man, on this one. And I'm going to stay away. You know, man, I almost hit that spread last week. I said 24-17, and it came out 23-17. So I'm going to go back on that. 24-17. I see Washington putting this game out. Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, you was right about one thing last week, though.
Yeah.
You said Sugarfoot was going to be important.
I said people don't believe they need to tune into the sports survival party. They need to tune in. I tell it to the young. I tell it to the old. I'm Tavon Fennell, senior. #RevT. That's Big Paulie at Green 34. Hey, man, we see y'all next week. Same BP time right here, Mountain Top Level Radio. It's the Red T Sports Survival. Believe, baby. Hey, we appreciate all the callers. Everybody that tuned in, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I'll tell it to the young. I'll tell it to the old. You got to come to the Red T Sports Survival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. Hey, y'all, believe, baby, my thrillers. Ow! That's Big Paulie. Hold on, right there. Hold on. See how that word Paulie is there? I'll point Big Paulie. You got to point the other way, Paulie, the other way. Point the other way, Paulie, like that. Something like that. Hold on to the stone. Hey, we see y'all next week, man. Love stuff out. Right there, that way. That way.
The other left.